Streets gonna always be fucked. Yeah.
Let's go out to Hollywood.
Okay, now put a Mac on the map if you won't get on. Now put a spitter on the map if you won't get on. Now put a po on the map if you won't get on. Say put a feet on the map if you won't get on. Say put EI on the map if you won't get on. Can't put that Drew on the map if you won't get on. Say put a Mark on the map if you won't get on. I'm a good looking rapper, I ain't trying to stunt.
What up, though? What's cracking, Scorpio? I hope that all of my beautiful and my handsome Scorpios out there are doing well. All right, y'all, so we about to introduce to the stage another deck here, okay? This deck is going to be called the Karmic Experience. I haven't quite finished, designing or whatnot, but I have finished this deck. And it's crazy because I noticed last year, I say around the summertime, maybe around this year, I started to notice, I say around June, July last year, I started to notice all the readings were talking about karmas and how a lot of us, including myself, was dealing with karmas here, okay? So this deck was inspired by those readings, by the things that we've been through, our experiences with our karmas. So some of you guys, you're going to be meeting karmas. If you have not met one, some of you could be dealing with the karma right now. Don't even know you're in a karmic connection here, okay? But this deck was kind of inspired by the different experiences and things that we've discussed with the karmic experience, okay? So we're gonna get into it, and it's crazy because y'all, I had this deck and the energy deck. I've had these written out since last year sometime when I had karmics around me, and it just wasn't an ex. It was the people that were supposed to be friends as well, or so-called friends. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing. It's really mind-blowing how karmas really do fuck up your energy and slow shit down. So it's like now I'm able to move forward and finish decks and finish projects and do things that shit I wasn't able to do for a whole goddamn year here. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Messages for my Scorpios. Let's get into this karmic experience. What is it, my beautiful and my handsome Scorpios? What do they need to know? Oh, damn, that came out quick. All right, we have this person accused you of everything they were doing behind your back, okay? So for some of you guys, you were dealing with a particular karmic, right? And if this person accused you of cheating and talking to other men and other women and sneaking on the phone and being online and getting off work early, going to do this and having sex with this person and that person, everything they were accusing you of, Scorpio, they actually were projecting. Okay, this is someone who like they really was telling off on themselves. Or you really paid attention, and then sometimes I'm saying them karmas, boy, they something different. You know what I'm saying? Them is some real slick back mother. Do you hear me? Like they are so slick and so conniving. Like it'd be hard to really decipher these karmic energies. I ain't gonna lie because shit, I'm a reader and I'm sitting up here like I said, it was crazy. Even myself when I was dealing with the karma, like I had to sit back. It was like spirit tapped me on my shoulder one day. It was like, bitch, go back and listen to your readings. And I got to listen to them. I said, well, hell, this sounds like some shit I'm going through my damn self. So I'm not only talking to you guys, I was talking to me. So for some of you guys, you were dealing with someone. This person accused you from everything but shit being a child of God. But it was like everything they were accusing you of, Scorpio, this really was the shit that they was doing. And they really was telling off for themselves, okay? I love to play happy family or loyal friend, but only to those who cater to me. So you were dealing with someone like they didn't mind, like when family came over and friends. They'll sit back and play this happy wife, happy life type energy, act like you guys are so loving. They oh baby this and oh baby that, and I love you and my snuggle bunny. All those little terms of endearment and shit. And then as soon as these people leave, here they go raising hell again. Okay, they like to play that loyal friend. Oh, that's my dog. That's my dish. We Ace Boom Coon's been down since, 85. This is that type of person. But only to people that cater to them. Only people that's going to allow them to control them and mind fuck them. And only people that's going to do what they want them to do. These are the type of people they're going to be loyal to. These are the type of people they'll play that happy family. If you were somebody, if you sit there and took that person's abuse, and even though people came around, you sitting up here looking at this motherfucker like, didn't you just cuss me out? 5 seconds ago, we were just in here arguing. Now you sitting up here want to be all nice and lovey-dovey and shit. This is that type of energy here, okay? I would never change. I only change victims. So you were dealing with someone who was under some type of dark entity, you guys. Okay, this is someone who was under. And the thing about the karmas, you have to understand, just like we're the divine. When you hear divine feminine, divine masculine, that means that hey, we're light workers here. When we talk about these karmas, these are dark workers. These are people who they prey on other dark energies. They prey on people that feel bad about themselves, that suffer from low self-esteem and lack confidence and don't feel like they're going to be anything. These are the type of dark entities. They prey on these type of people. These are the type of people that the devil prey on, is what I'm telling you. And for some of you guys, I feel like you were waiting for someone to change. You were hoping, you were praying this person was going to change. They were going to work on themselves. Y'all was going to be able to make this work because you really want this person to be, you really want them to want to be with them. But the thing was, you was dealing with someone, they was a karma. And this person is never going to change. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if karma's changed or not. I hadn't met a karma yet that just made a whole 360 and become a whole new person. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that it can't happen, but I ain't met a motherfucker yet. But I feel like this is someone like they're never going to change. They're just going to change the next victim. They're just going to change the next person that they prey on and who they can attack because that's what the devil do. The devil attack other low vibration ass people and they attack others. It's like energy. They hop from person to person to person. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get one more. Messages for my Scorpios. I love you guys. Hope something here is resonating. If you guys enjoy this deck, let me know. All right, messages for my Scorpios. Tell them that. Well, these coming out quicker than that other deck. I always ran to someone else when you expected better from me. Look at this. I can't make this up. You were dealing with someone, Scorpio, that was never gonna change. Okay, they just ran and changed victims. And when you want this person to change, when you start, I'm gonna say complaining because that's how they took it. Is when you start complaining to them and telling them about the things they was doing wrong and how they was making you feel and how this wasn't right, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. Shit, they already had went out. For some of you guys, they already had their plan B, waiting. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for their turn, or they went out and found somebody else. Okay, this is someone because they weren't gonna do no better. This could have been someone who even got tired of lying to you, Scorpio, telling you, yeah, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because they didn't have no intentions on doing none of that shit. All right, and when you expected better from this person, shit, they just ran to the next motherfucker. All right, they just ran to the next man or the next woman they had on speed dial, on lockdown in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's someone who always kept somebody around, and it was crazy. So I'm gonna tell y'all something about my karmic experience. Okay. I shared with you guys I dealt with the karma and was on and off with this guy for like 5 years after, I I thought completed my cycle with my twin or, walked away from my twin, right? Y'all, it was like every time we would break up, and then we would get back together. Because it was like I just knew, like I knew this nigga was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sorry. Like I knew he was a hoe. But you know how sometimes you be feel like, oh, they gonna be a hoe with me and this and that. But it was like every time we stopped talking and we would start talking again. And I asked him, I was like, well, shit, who you don't fuck with? What you been doing since we ain't talking? This nigga it was like he always, within a couple of weeks, he was fucking with somebody else. I'm like, shit, how you fuck with somebody else within a couple of weeks? Like, that motherfucker already had to be there. They just didn't appear out the blue. You know what I'm saying? You may have found them somewhere, but shit, how you just start fucking with somebody else within a couple of days or a couple of weeks? That's because that motherfucker was already there. All right? Look at this. I always had a nigga on standby waiting with open arms and ready to let me spend their money. So for some of you guys, you men, women as well, this could have been the same sex relationship, take it how it resonates. You were dealing with someone, like I said, they always ran to someone else when you expected better. When you started talking to this person about their flaws and the things they need to work on and how they weren't making you happy and how you was feeling, they ain't want to hear all that shit. They did not want to hear that, okay? And this is this is a female here that always had somebody else they can run to. They always had a dude that was waiting with open arms and ready to spend their cash on them, okay? Look at this. I used to hate our deep conversations, but I pretended to enjoy it. So some of you, hey, Scorpio, y'all know we deep. We'll sit up and talk about all type of shit. I like to talk about the moon and the stars and the grass and the trees and all type of shit. This type of motherfucker I want to be around. This type of man I want. Just want to sit back and let me talk and then we talk together. They pretended to do it and have them deep conversations. Some of you guys, you actually had some deep conversations with this person. There could have been some time. But I feel like the majority of the time, this person was sitting there pretending they ain't like this shit. They couldn't wait till y'all got through talking about this, so y'all wonder and did y'all do or whatever. They did not like to be in that type of energy here, okay? 911 on the timer is I'm saying that. All right, y'all, let's see who this reading is about for my Scorpio. All right, so who we got? We got Taurus, Sag, Aries, Leo. So all the fire signs. Capricorn, Heavy, Virgo, Pisces. Who is this reading about for Scorpio? We have Capricorn, Sag, Leo, and Libra. All right, you guys, I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.